is not going to fund everybody's hopes and aspirations. But what we'd like to say to you is, if you're one of the groups at the end of the day who isn't lucky enough to win a grant, again, if you contact one of the people with badges, we'll talk to you about what alternative grant funding might be available.
At this moment we're hoping to take between 15 and 20 kids on holiday to Berkshire, and the only way we'll do it is by fundraising, and this to me is one of the prime ways of trying to raise the money to go to this venue. It's a worthwhile cause. It gets 20 kids away from the parents for a while, keeps them off the streets, and it keeps them entertained, and it also improves their outlook on the environment and habitation of animals. And basically that is our idea. Get the kids off the streets, get them into something which is good, healthy and entertaining.
I think we've got a pretty good chance, but there's a lot of other people here as well who've got a good cause for all the money to go to.
We'll be very lucky, quite frankly, to be successful today. I think there are some wonderful bids. I mean, I've had a look through the literature myself, and there are some really good schemes seeking funding today. So I think we've got tough competition, and we will be very lucky if we're successful. I think one of the positives that we will take away from today, regardless of whether we're successful or not, is the publicity for the scheme that we're offering. And we've already had some interest shown from some of the youth organisations in coming out on sessions that we have planned later this year. So that for us is a positive already, really.
The main aims of the Participatory Budgeting initiative are to build on the capacity and confidence of local residents to take action to improve their area, to improve community cohesion through effective community engagement, and to support ward councillors in their role as community champions. There are 2 pilots for this initiative in Leeds, one in West Leeds and one in South Leeds, which was held in Driglington in Morley North Ward. For the Driglington initiative, £30,000 was provided for community projects. This was made up of £10,000 from the Outer South Area Committee, £10,000 from Air Valley Homes and £10,000 from the Narrowing the Gap group. To lay the foundations for the project, over 4 months support sessions were held for the community to outline the concept of participatory budgeting, their role in the process and how to bid for the funding. As part of this, voting certificates were sent out to local residents. This certificate gave each household 1 vote. The process culminated in Decision Day. This was Saturday the 10th of May 2008, held at Driglington Meeting Hall, where local residents were invited to attend and vote on how the £30,000 would be spent in their community. Decisions on the community being made by the community. The event started at 10 a.m. when residents began arriving to exchange their voting certificate for a scorecard. Presentations were then made by community groups and agencies outlining their projects and how much funding they were requesting. Each presentation was given 3 minutes to sell their project. Residents then scored the projects between 0 to 10 on achievability, value for money and benefit to the community. The higher the score, the better the project. Scorecards were collected in and total scores verified. 7 of the 11 projects received funding. The 6 projects ranked with the highest scores received their full requested amount from the £30,000. The 7th project to receive funding did not secure the full amount requested, but was given the remainder of the pot to deliver the project on a smaller scale. The projects that weren't successful were offered support from the area management team to help identify alternative funding sources for their project.
It has been a good day and a good turnout. Pleased to see that so many people in the village have turned out to support this idea.
Yes, it was. I think it was very successful. It went better than I thought it would have done.
It's
nice to see so many residents and so many people from different groups here representing their groups and working together for the benefit of the community.
I think it's important to support the community in everything it does and have your say. If you don't turn up to these things, you can't have your say, can you? It's as simple as that, really.
It's nice to see all the residents concerned about how the money's being spent and not the politicians spending the money for them. They have a say in how the money's spent, which I think is good, because the onus is on the residents of Driglington.
I think that this has gone very, very well indeed. I'd like to see this rolled out, not only in the communities that I represent, but across the Leeds City Council area. I think it does show that ultimately where you do get people involved in the decision-making process, that they make good, sound, solid decisions.